Hey, David, we gotta film that video now. David.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't see you there. Next to me is my 1986 Porsche 944, a vehicle that I bought several months back for the purpose of taking it weekend racing, hence its namesake, Project Weekend Racer. The whole purpose of this was to buy a cheap, depreciated car, do kind of the bare minimum to it to get it up to snuff, and then take it and do some economical forms of racing. In this case, we're going to do the most economical form of racing, and that is autocross. In fact, this upcoming weekend, it is entered in its very first autocross race, and I could not be more excited. Speaking of economical, the race that I entered this thing in, it cost me $42 to enter. Point being, autocross is very economical, and you can do it so easily. It is literally the most laid back, run what you brung environment, yet it is so much fun. So, as promised at the beginning of this series, I'm going to go over everything that you need to know to enter your own car into such an event, to make it seem less daunting. Because quite honestly, if someone said, hey, you, go enter your car into an autocross race that's this weekend, you'd be like, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? What do I sign? What class does my car run in? I don't even know. And maybe a lot of you guys know exactly where to go and what to do, but honestly, I think a lot of guys don't know how to do this stuff, yet they would love to do it. So let's go ahead and take a lot of the mystery out of it, and I'll go over everything that you're gonna need to know to enter your sweet car into a weekend autocross race. Let's get right into it. So first and foremost, you might be wondering what the ding dang ding is autocross. Well, basically it's a form of racing that takes place in just kind of a wide open area. It's really just a time trial. It's not wheel to wheel where you're out there with other cars and you could potentially damage your car. Quite honestly, the worst thing that you're going to do to your car is you're gonna hit a cone at maybe 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, and it's gonna put like a little orange mark on your car, which can be buffed out. Not the end of the world. And is it hard on your car? Sure, a little bit. It's harder than just driving to work. Well, it depends on how you drive to work, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it's a short run. Most runs take place between 45 seconds and like a minute and a half. Very, very manageable for everything, especially heat-wise, in your tires, brakes, your cooling system for your engine, transmission, everything. Your car can more than handle such a thing. Even your mom's Prius can. I guarantee it, and I've seen it. So the format is, like I said, very simple. It's just one car at a time through a cone course, and basically you're racing yourself. You are pitted against the other people in your vehicle class to try and get the best possible time, but at the end of the day, you're just out there to explore the limits of your car, have fun driving, and if you want to tie in the competitive aspect of trying to beat all the other guys in your class, you absolutely can. So anyway, with that little bit of background about autocross, let's go ahead and finally get into talking about how in the world do you get signed up for such an event. You want to enter an autocross event, but you're not sure how. So, step one, we're gonna pull up old Google Chrome or your browser of choice, and we're gonna scoot on over to motorsportreg.com. This particular website is awesome. It will allow you to find just about any motorsports event, amateur to professional, in the country that's happening at any given time. So once you get to that website, click on over to find events at the top here, and then that allows you to filter by just about anything. You can type in the specific name of an event if you know of one, or you can click on event type, which of course, as you can see, there's literally any kind of thing, from freaking boat racing to drift racing to hill climbs, karting, rally racing, you name it, it's here. So in this case, we're looking for autocross. Let's click autocross and save, okay. And it defaults to 300 miles from your house. I'm gonna go ahead and bring that radius in just a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and click on 120. And right away you can see, so today is May 17th. Right away you can see the events that are happening chronologically from today's date. You can see the date of the event, the name of the event, who's putting on the event, which is very critical, where the event is, and what kind of event it is. So like just going down a little bit, you can see this event here, the Northwestern Ohio Region event number 2, put on by the SCCA in Northwestern Ohio Region, and as at the Toledo Express Airport, which I've done an event at that venue before. It is freaking sweet. If you want to go out to a specific weekend in like August, you just go out to that event date, and then you can be like, oh sweet, okay, cool, well, I'm free that weekend, and it looks like there's whatever, okay, August 10th, 11th weekend, Xenia, that's about an hour from my house. Sure, I will do this event. And then let's say, sure, because we decided we want to do that. Then you click on the event, and right away you can go down and see information about the event, and then you can go into, actually the registration is not open yet, so that's a bad example. Here's an example for pricing. SCCA members is 40 bucks, non-members 55. So because I went a little bit too far out, let's go a little bit closer, and we can do, for example, okay, I like to stick to like the SCCA events just because I know like the sanctioning body being the SCCA is a little more organized, but you know, if you want to do one that is put on by like a local sports car club, then be my guest, do it. So we can choose, for example, this one, Fort Wayne Region Points event. We'll just, for example, click on that one. Here's the event details again, hit register now. And right away, you can see that because this is an SCCA event, you know, you'd have to put in your SCCA number, but if you don't have one, then it's all good. You just have to pay the higher price. Let's act like we're not a member real quick and then continue. And then here is where you begin putting in specific stuff. Are you a novice? Yes or no? Okay, no. For work assignment, the cool thing about autocrosses is everyone who is a driver also partakes in the event and they help put on the event. So like you could be like someone who's doing timing, or you're a guy who's like a corner worker helping to like set up cones. And you're not working all the time if you're not driving, but you have like a time where like when your class isn't running, you go out there and help put on the event for a while. So it's like a very nice give and take. So like, sure, I'll say in this case, I wanna do like, I'll be a course worker. I'm gonna do event pre-registration, and I would wanna autocross my Porsche 944. Now here is where things get complicated, and we can explain this in pretty good detail. You have to pick your class, and of course, look how many class options there are. And right away, you're going, okay, if I was in your shoes right now, what the heck would I even select? How do I know what class I need to run? Good news is SCCA has a nice website for that. Let's go take a look at it now. That's fine! I'll leave a link to this in the description of this video, but basically just Google SCCA Classification Assistant and it will bring you to this website right here. And it will tell you, based on all of the classes, how your car can potentially fit in to whatever class you might want to run. So we're going to click autocross. So let's say, for example, because I had used the example of a Toyota Prius earlier, let's say you are trying to enter a Prius. It is a I guess it doesn't matter about year. Here is, and you could probably see it as I was clicking through these, the green boxes changed when I changed the model. So yep, it just did that again there when I clicked Avalon, or like MR2. So you could see the different boxes light up depending on what vehicle I've clicked on. In this case, for the Prius, you can see here are its possible classes it can run in. On the left side of this table here are the less modified classes, and then it gets more and more modified as you go to the right of this table. So if you look at, you can click on each one of these boxes that the Prius would fit into, H Street, and you can see that the category values preparation allowances with minimal impact on daily public highway use. The street class allows for changes to shocks, anti-roll bars, and tires. That is it. And in fact, let's just for fun click on the most prepared class that the Prius can go into. X prepared, open class for sports cars and sedans with additional allowances for engine swaps, increased aerodynamic modifications beyond the rest of the category. Development levels for purpose-built competition vehicles based on production cars, including true racing slicks, weight reduction, and extensive modifications to the chassis and the powertrain. I mean, you could probably run a straight stock vehicle in that class if you wanted to, but you're gonna get your butt kicked. You get the point, you get the point. So this would then allow you to understand, okay, here's my vehicle, and here are all the classes that it can fit into, and then you can go back to your registration page here and say, okay, based on that, I want to run X class. And so we saw that it could fit into H Street. Let's assume we have like a very stock vehicle. H Street, cool, vehicle number, sure. And then you just proceed to checkout. And then you are registered for an event. It's that simple. Then you just have to go do it. So you've got your car, you've got a free Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and now you have the knowledge for what to do if you want to go sign up for one of these autocross events. I highly encourage you to go take what I just told you and go do it. Go explore the limits of your car in a safe, controlled environment and go just have a blast. Have a blast. And like I said, there's the competitive aspect too if you actually do want to just, get into it. And I guarantee you will. Once you see that stopwatch pop up your time, you're gonna be like, oh man, okay, next run I gotta beat it. And then, oh man, what'd that guy just get? Okay, cool, I gotta get knocked 2/10 off of this. You'll get into it, I can almost guarantee it. I just want every car person to experience their vehicles the way they're meant to be driven, especially if you own a car like one of these, or that even. They're made for way more than just pulling up to your local Cars and Coffee event. So with that, I hope you all found this at least somewhat informative. If you did, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps out my channel a lot. And please subscribe if you want to see even more super sweet Fun Ahead TV videos to come. Thank you all so much for being here today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, you, I'm looking right at you, and I will see you all in the next episode. Thanks.
Just a quick reminder, super high quality Fun Ahead TV merch is available on funaheadtv.com right now. So head on over to funaheadtv.com and get yourself some today. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Also, thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see even more great Fun Ahead TV content, please click the link right here. I'll see you over there.
That's fine!